Good morning from the Ozarks and welcome to another episode. This one I am going to just briefly touch on updates on everything that I've been doing here recently since the past couple of episodes. First of all, siding. You can see now that I have completed the upper portion and a good part, lower portion on the back side. My problem now is that I am out of siding. I'll have to put the sawmill back to use. I need to get the tractor back in order to be able to move log. My oldest son has borrowed it for a little while. That will be the next step back here. Most of what's left to do on siding, you can see right here, 3 areas on the extreme left side, and then on the extreme right side, and then an area up above. The area up above I have to do yet on the adjacent side too, so I think I've got about 400 square feet yet to cover. I've done probably well over 1,000 so far. With a little bit of rearranging, I think the sawmill is pretty much ready for action. I do have a good stack of logs that I got from a neighbor. Most of these are white oak. I think there may be one red oak in the bunch too. Actually, most of these are dedicated to being replacement logs on the cabin when I get to working on that here in the next couple of years. Hopefully the slabs that I cut off of it, I'll be able to get some siding out of that. It would be nice to have all pine, but I'm pretty much out of pine. I do have a couple of logs inside that have been safely sitting that I'd cut down to a 6-inch thickness to be used for replacement logs. But since I've got plenty of white oak, those pine logs that I have inside, I can go ahead and cut them for siding. My big pear tree that produced so well this year, I've been eating pears on occasion from this tree. They're still not completely ripe. I don't think I could ever let anything completely tree ripen. Squirrels had gotten into them. With Gabby being around an awful lot, even on the ground, the squirrels have been staying away some. But what's really chased them away now is kind of an infestation of black crows. Crows have been getting into the tree now and eating my fruit. There's not an awful lot left, but I'll continue enjoying what there is. A little difficult to see, but I've got quite a few of the Arkansas black apples on my tree. They're starting to turn red. I hope they'll continue to grow in size because they're not as large as they were last year. And of course, there aren't nearly as many of them either. And then you can see on one of what was one of my lesser pear trees, it is absolutely loaded. The pears are still small. We're probably a couple months away from being able to eat any of these, assuming that the squirrels don't get to them. Because we've been experiencing drought conditions here in northwest Arkansas and along quite a bit of the southern United States, my small pond has completely dried up. All it is mud right now. And then for the best news, where I put up this electric fence, it seems to be working extremely well. All of my garden plants have come back. I've got watermelons that are larger than footballs now. The beans are climbing and doing well. The tomatoes seem to be growing well. They've recovered. They've got some small tomatoes on them. If I was in Colorado, I would be worried about production, but since we have such a long growing season here, I should be able to get a good crop of tomatoes yet. But this is something I'm really happy with. And here you can see one of about 5 watermelons I think that I've found so far. This one's probably the largest one. It's about 1 foot in length and about 8 inches in diameter right now. And I have now added a second garden box. There was a lady that was advertising on Facebook Marketplace that she wanted to clean out her strawberry garden. So I went and dug up a bunch of strawberries from her garden and brought them here and planted them in this box. Being the, I guess it's late July, early August that I got these, not a great time to be transplanting fruit for sure, but actually these seem to be doing okay. I think most of what I planted is still alive. I've got an automatic watering system which will help out when I'm gone, that kicks on a couple times a day just for a few minutes, just to keep the temperature down. I provided shade cloth over the strawberries, so they should be doing fairly well. I've kind of made a big circle. We'll end things here. Anytime that I can find free or very low cost mulch or composting materials, I go get a truckload. So I got a couple of truckloads of wood chips there. On the far left is a mix of some horse and cow manure, and then my son, whenever he has lawn clippings, he brings them over and throws them. I'll mix that together once I get the tractor back. And then on the far side of the pile, you can barely see it, but there's topsoil from my son's project that he's doing on his home, and he's got quite a bit of spare topsoil, so I can certainly use it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope to see you on the next one. Goodbye.